we can't not mention the points and the playoffs. But we kind of talked about this off air, and we said, because we know Mark Martin is Mr. Full Season Points, we can't do a little tease of a podcast and not at least bring it up. People are going to say, wait, why aren't we talking about this? But we kind of thought, hey, should we wait until the announcement? It seems like, guys, there's going to be an announcement coming up here in early January. Who knows? Maybe it's next week, and we'll see what it's all about. We know it's going to change. We don't know exactly. I mean, maybe you guys do, but we kind of said we should wait, right?
Yeah, we've definitely got to wait.
Yeah, I wouldn't get your hopes up though.
Yeah, I'm not super optimistic about where that. I was involved in the committee, and in the beginning was the only one that I was screaming, about it, and I wasn't doing it for me. I was screaming about it because they asked me to be on it, and because everywhere I go, and every fan I talk to hates playoffs. I'm sorry. And it's a 75-25 issue, except if you throw in the full season or a 10 race. If you combine those two, 75% of the race fans want that. And so one of those two.
Yeah.
And so look, I'm a guy that has a bigger voice than those fans. And so I decided I owe my entire career to the race fans that supported me so much. So I stood up for the fans, and through the meetings, I can't believe it, but eventually a full season was on the table. We don't have, the committee has no influence, or no say in what the final thing is. But in the beginning, it wasn't on the table.
Yeah, I don't think it would have ever been on the table because, I mean, he was like a battering ram. I mean, like seriously, I don't think if it wasn't for him that it would even be really discussed at this point.
And I don't think we'll get it still, but I am very impressed that it's on the table, that it's actually a consideration. I don't know what we'll get. I hope that I'm not crushed. And I hope it's something that that's in the right direction. Obviously it will be in the right direction. We're not going to have a one race winner take all kind of, situation like that. So it will be an improvement, but anything less than a 10 race chase format, I'm not. The fans are not going to. There's only 20 or 25% in that, and I just don't think that we should. I think we should put more emphasis on what our fans, our core fans, want, and less emphasis in chasing TV ratings. TV ratings are important, but we've chased them for 20 years now, and they've gone down consistently for 20 years. It's time to quit chasing them and just go back to chasing the race fan. And I believe it's time to start selling tickets to these races, putting people back in the stands. If that, and for me, if that means cutting the ticket prices, good. Just sell some more hot dogs and, and beers and drinks. Fill these places back up and get this thing back to a family shared sport where the kids watch the races with their dads, as a family.
Yeah, here I was saying we won't talk about the points, and now we are. I think people love this. I do want to have a follow-up on this, though, because I think everybody's assuming it's not going to be full season points. But do you take pride that you've clearly made a dent? Because I agree with you. It seemed like there was no chance of full season points. And then it was reported that it was on the table, which in a weird way, I think is almost for the fans. In a way, it could be worse if you get people's expectations up and then they don't get it. But I also wonder the fact that you guys have made an impact, and maybe it doesn't happen this time, but maybe the next time it's on the table. I do think that this is now so much more legitimate of taking place than it ever was before.
I do too. And I am proud And I just I think that if we can start making a turn with the points format and many other things, many other decisions that's been made at NASCAR, if we can just begin the turn, in the right direction.
Well, you have to build momentum. I think if you do
Yeah.
that, then it'll get better.
Yeah.